I was never supposed to be in her world. Not her mansion, not her family dinners, not even her thoughts. Because she was a billionaire's daughter. And I was just the girl her parents hired to tutor her. But the day she grabbed my hand in front of 200 guests and said, "I choose her," everything I believed about my life shattered. Because that wasn't just a confession. That was a declaration of war against her entire family. Let me be honest with you. If someone told me a year ago that I'd fall in love with a billionaire's daughter, I would have laughed. People like me don't get fairy tales. We survive them. I worked 2 jobs, paid rent late, and kept my head down. She had private jets and security guards. We were never supposed to cross paths. But life has a sick sense of humor. And sometimes, it brings 2 completely different worlds together just to see what breaks first. The job that changed everything. It started as a simple tutoring job. Her name was Elena Whitmore. Rich family. Private education. Perfect reputation. But behind closed doors, she was different. Quiet. Guarded. Lonely in a way money can't fix. The first time I met her, she didn't even look at me. Just said, "Don't waste my time." But I noticed something. She wasn't arrogant. She was exhausted. Like someone who had spent her whole life being told who to be. And me. I didn't care about her last name. I cared that she actually listened when I spoke. Slowly, lessons turned into conversations. Conversations turned into silence that didn't feel empty anymore. One night she asked me, "Do you ever feel like your life doesn't belong to you?" I didn't know why. But that question hit me harder than anything in years. Because yeah. I did. That was the first crack. Not love. Just understanding. But sometimes that's where everything begins. The secret no one was supposed to know. It happened accidentally. A stormy night. Power outage. We were stuck in the mansion alone. No staff. No cameras. No noise. Just her and me in the dark kitchen. She was shaking slightly. Not from fear of the storm. From something deeper. And then she said it. "I don't want the life they built for me. I should have stayed professional. I should have walked away. But instead," I asked, "then what do you want?" She looked at me for a long time. Too long. And then she said something that changed everything. "I think I want to feel something real. For once." The air between us shifted. Slow. Heavy. Dangerous. And before I could stop myself, I said, "You already are." That was the moment everything broke. Not loudly. Quietly. Like a secret deciding it can't stay hidden anymore. After that night, nothing was normal. Her texts at 2 a.m. Her laughing at things that weren't funny. Her standing too close when there was no reason to. And me pretending I didn't notice while noticing everything. But love in her world wasn't allowed. Especially not with someone like me. The engagement announcement that wasn't real. Her family announced it first. A billionaire engagement. A perfect match. A business merger disguised as romance. And Elena. She didn't even look surprised. That scared me more than anything. Because she didn't fight it. She accepted it. That night, I confronted her in the garden. I remember saying, "So that's it. You just obey them." She didn't answer right away. Then she said quietly, "I don't have a choice." That broke something in me. 'Cause I realized she wasn't free. She was owned. By expectations. By legacy. By fear. And I hated that I understood her. We stood there in silence. Then she stepped closer. Too close. And whispered, "If I choose you, I lose everything." My voice shook when I replied, "And if you don't, you lose yourself." That night, we didn't say anything else. But something unspoken happened. A decision without words. A line crossed that could never be uncrossed. The night everything was exposed. The gala was supposed to be perfect. Diamonds. Cameras. Powerful families. And her engagement announcement. That's what everyone came for. Including me. I didn't belong there. But she asked me to come. That should have been my first warning. 'Cause when she saw me enter, she stopped breathing for half a second. And I knew something was about to happen. Her fiancé arrived first. Perfect smile. Fake charm. Empty eyes. And then her father stood up to announce it. That tonight marks the union of. But Elena interrupted. She stood up. And the entire room went silent. Even the music stopped. I still remember her voice shaking but steady enough to change everything. "I'm not doing this." Gasps. Confusion. Anger. Her father stood up immediately. "Elena, sit down." But she didn't. Instead, she looked at me, right in front of everyone, and said, "I can't marry him." Pause. "I'm in love with her." The room exploded. Whispers. Shock. Phones dropping. And I swear my heart stopped. Because I didn't expect that. Not like this. Not publicly. Not in front of everyone who controlled her entire life. Her father shouted. Security moved. Her fiancé froze. And I just stood there, unable to breathe. Then she did something even more unbelievable. She walked down those steps, through the crowd, straight to me, grabbed my hand, and said, "I choose her." What love actually costs. We didn't get a happy ending that night. Not immediately. There were consequences. She lost access to her trust fund. Her family disowned her publicly. The media tore everything apart. And I was suddenly the most hated person in magazines I never read. But here's what nobody talks about. Freedom doesn't feel like fireworks. It feels like fear, mixed with relief. We moved into a small apartment. No guards. No chandeliers. No expectations. Just two people figuring out what love looks like when it's not controlled. Some days were hard. Really hard. She missed her old life. I won't lie. But every time she looked at me, she remembered why she left it. Because love isn't about luxury. It's about choosing someone even when it costs you everything. And she did. Every single time. If you're watching this right now, ask yourself something simple. Are you living your life? Or are you living the life someone else designed for you? Because Elena had everything. Except freedom. And she gave it all up for love. If this story hit you, subscribe. And comment below. Would you risk everything for love? Or stay where it's safe?